What's up, everyone? Welcome to Cracker. This is Loki's Den, and I am your host, Loki Goblin 13. No haul to show, just a couple things to discuss, and I also have a question. I'm sure somebody out there knows the answer to this. And I had a bit of a screw up, and I'll tell you some stories. So sit back and enjoy. My question, my one and only question, well, actually, not my only question, but it can kind of span out into many questions. But this right here, Marvel Knights Spider-Man number 12. Now, my question is, I'm actually trying to reorganize my comics because it's a mess. I don't even know what I was thinking with some of these things, like where I put them, and I'm like, wait a minute, why is that over there, and why did I put that there, and, you know, maybe it's because I'm bored, I don't know, because sometimes I just have to redo everything. But Marvel Knights, the series itself, was its own series, right? That's my question. Was it its own series? Because I know this is Spider-Man, but it's got nothing to do with, like, Spider-Man Volume 1 or Spider-Man Volume 2 or 3 or whatever. Marvel Knights was its own thing, right? That's my question. If anyone knows, let me know. Throw it in the comments. Because I have Wolverine Marvel Knights, I have Daredevil, I have Spider-Man, I have, you know, and I kept them separate, and I still want to keep them separate, but if they're actually a part of the damn series, and I'm screwed up. But yeah, it's been a little while since I made a video because I've been swamped with Seamus. He's taken up a lot of my time, and just really wasn't anything to really go over. I'm trying to make videos with the retro, old school video game stuff, but it's not coming out too well. I'm able to film it, you know, nice and cool, but the only problem is because my camera sucks ass, it's extremely hard to focus the camera onto the game. Like when I'm playing it to show a couple like stuff, it's just the second I turn the game on, it focuses on the title, and then when I actually play the game to show everybody, it just goes out of focus and stays out of focus. So I don't know. I'm working on it. And everyone's like, get new cameras. Well, new cameras cost money, and I don't have the money to get a new camera yet. Eventually. What was the other things? Ah, yes. My screw up. I was pissed. I was really, really pissed. I don't even know how the hell I screwed this up. But like I said, I was going through my comics. I'm trying to reorganize. I'm trying to get fix certain things and just, I don't know. Sometimes I like to double check, make sure everything is correct. I don't know. And sometimes it's just like looking through my comics. But I was going through my Amazing Spider-Man because I was actually trying to fix it because I have so many now. My long boxes were way too compressed, so I couldn't even like look through the book. So I'm like, all right, I got to split this stuff up, and so I split my Amazing Spider-Man. I had 2 long boxes and I think like 3 short boxes, and I kind of mixed them up and then mixed some things around to make it a little easier to go through. But as I was going through them, I'm in my 400 area, and I'm like, all right, wait a minute, and I'm looking at it, and I'm going through my checklist because as you can see, I have, this is my Spider-Man notebook. Anything Spider-Man is in here. So I have all my Amazing Spider-Mans. Everything that's crossed off is what I got, and what isn't crossed off is what I'm missing. And of course, that's quite a few pages. There's part 2 and part 3 and so on. But I was going through the 400s, and I'm like, wait a minute, because it went from 431 to 433, and I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, I know I have 432. And I'm looking for it and looking for it, and I spent like friggin' a day and a half going through my comics. I'm like, alright, I know I have it. I'm like, what the hell? I was like, I crossed it off, because as you can see, up on the top, number 432 was crossed off. And I was like, alright, you know, what the hell? And I'm going through it, then I thought I might have got it signed, because I put my signed books in another box, which I'm getting rid of that, because I want a whole big thing. But, I'm looking through it, I'm like, alright, it's not in there. And then I realized I didn't have it. And I'm like, why the hell did I cross it off if I didn't have it? And then I remember what happened. I had tried to get it on eBay. There was a listing. It was number 433 and 432 together. If it was like $10 or something like that. And I remember I had won the thing. And paid for it. And then the guy never sent me the books. So I had to get a whole refund. You know, then the guy said he didn't have them or whatever it was. So I remember I got a refund for it. And then I went on to another eBayer. This is a while ago. This was a couple years ago. No, maybe 2 years ago. Yeah. And I remember ordering number 433, and I remember crossing out 432 because I had won it from the guy. So I'm like, all right, I got it. So I crossed it off and then moved on. So that's what happened, and I left it there and thought I thought I had it and I don't have it. So now I got to be on the look for that one again. So originally in the 400s I was down to 4. I needed 4 in the 400s, and I just found a cheap one on eBay that I needed. One of them, I got it for a nice price. So then I was down to 3, and then when I realized this thing, so now I'm back up to 4 again. Pain in the butt. It's a pain in the butt. I hate when that happens, and it just pissed me off. I was like, oh, you bastard. Can't believe it. But anyway, so I did find the one I thought I had on eBay, but it was pretty expensive, as most of the 400 ones seem to be now. I don't know. Everyone, oh, low print one. Yeah, my ass. And I found one that was a bargain. This guy had the one I was missing and an annual that I needed, and he had a best offer, and I'm like, all right, I'll throw my best offer in there. Guy never answered me. 2 days passed, the offer expired. I'm like, all right, let me try again. I'll do another offer. Offered the thing. Still hasn't contacted me yet. He's got like 2 more days for the sale. It's like, seriously? It's like, if you're selling stuff on eBay, you should check your stuff to make sure if someone is bidding on it or whatever, rather than just be like, I don't know, that's just me. A lot of my friends went to the Philadelphia Wizard Comic-Con. They had a great time. I did not get a chance to go this year. Hey, it happens. You know, I'm broke. So what can you do? I was going to try to go to the Virginia one in September, but I don't know if that's going to be happening because, again, I'm broke. And I was thinking long and hard about stuff, like with my collection. I kept going over it, and it's still in my mind, and I'm like, you know, I got to do something because I can't sit on my ass. This is getting annoying because jobs aren't coming around. I've been applying to everything, and every single one, I'm too old. I don't have enough experience. I don't have this. I don't have that. You know, it's just annoying. And I was like, you know, I'm getting desperate. You know, do I sell my collection? Do I not sell my collection? What do I do here? And I kept thinking and thinking and thinking. And I have decided to not sell my collection. It's not going anywhere. It's going to stay with me because it means way too much to me. It might sound stupid, but any hardcore collector, especially, you know, if you're into something a lot, it really does mean stuff to you or to me, like I said. And my fiance agreed. She's like, you know, I wouldn't have wanted to sell it anyway, even if we really did get desperate, because it took me, you know, a long, long time to get what I have, and just some of the stuff is just, it's important to me. I guess that's the best way to describe it. You know, a lot of the books I can pick up and I'd be like, oh, you know, my mom got this for me when I was 10, you know, or I got this from my father when in my first convention and stuff like that. And I forgot who said it. Damn it! It was in one of my comments. So many comments I've been reading lately and videos I've been watching. I'm getting confused. Who said it? I don't know if it was Derek B. Wheels or I don't remember. I'm sorry, but you know, you said it. Basically, they said with a collection, you know, sell what you want because the memories are up here. It's, you know, just items. Basically. But for me, that is very true. It really is. It's wise words. But also for me, it's easier to remember something when I pick it up. I don't know. It's like a certain smell or a certain this or, you know, whatever. If I look at a book, I immediately remember, you know, where it came from, who gave it to me. Whereas, you know, if I didn't have the book, I'd be like, oh, what does that look like? Yeah. But besides that, I just love having them around. I love the ability to be able to go into my comic book collection and almost turn back time in a way. It's almost like time travel, you know, you go back to the 70s or the 80s or whatever and remember, you know, I remember reading this and, you know, loving this one and stuff like that. So I'm keeping my collection, but I am still going to make a trade video down the line. I'm just trying, like I said, I'm trying to get some cash here and there. I was telling my fiance about it. I wanted to make a trade video. I wanted to try to get rid of the doubles that I don't need, and a few comic books that just don't really fit in my collection that I'm going to try to trade. So it's coming around. Once I get some cash so I can actually mail it to people, then we're going to be good to go. I have not given up. I am going to be looking harder for jobs. I'm going to do a little crunch time because I'm just tired of not just sitting on my ass. Well, that's one thing. It gets boring after a while, believe me. it's just that we need the money, and we need, I need to get out of the house. I'm starting to get like, I don't know, maybe a cabin fever, and I'm like, I just need to work, I need to get money, I need to do this so I can get more stuff and be able to do more things. And my fiance, she's like, we never get a chance to take vacations, we never get a chance to do this, we never get a chance to do that, because we just don't have the money to do it, and that's got to change. It's got to change. What else was there? Yes. Interesting story. Seamus. He's starting to get the potty training. He's getting better. He's getting better. I can't say he's getting worse. He's getting better. The vet gave us this flea and tick thing tablet he had to eat, so we could take him outside and try to get him, familiar with the outside, so we can try to get him to go outside, which has been a nightmare. I mean, we take him out, he shakes, he's all scared, but then about a minute and a half after he realizes that, I'm there or my fiance's there, and, he loves it. He runs around, he hops around, he's, barking and having a great time. Then he doesn't want to come in. But we can't seem to get him to go to the bathroom outside. We keep going to the same spot, right outside my back door or right out front, because that's what the vet said, take him to the same spot over and over again. I stayed outside for 2.5 hours, and he did not go to the bathroom, and I was like, oh my god. And the second he came in, he went on the pad. I'm like, damn. A friend of mine said take a pad outside and then do it that way, which I'm going to try it. But interesting story. This is what I just thought was amazing. We took him for his first field trip, I guess would be the the thing. We took him to PetSmart, and my fiance had to do food shopping, and I was like, you know what? I want to take him in there, let him pick out a toy or whatever and see what he does. Took him in. I had to carry him in because he wouldn't walk, and I was like, oh man, he was shaking uncontrollably. I'm like, it's all right, it's relaxed, calm down. Brought him inside, put him on the ground, and he just went flat. And he's just like looking like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. And I'm like, it's all right, calm down, relax. And there was no animals in there at the time, nothing other than what they sell. And he's looking around, and then, thank God, this one guy that works there comes over. He's like, oh my god, he's like, look at this puppy. I was like, yeah. I was like, he's a little scared. I was like, it's his first time, away from, I guess away from home would be the whole thing, like, it's his first field trip. So the guy gave him a little treat, and he like, got up like, oh, hey, I get food here, and it was amazing. The second he got up and kind of relaxed a little bit, he started walking all over the store, and I'm like, let's go look at the toys. And we go to the toy aisle, and as we're walking to the toy aisle, like about we're 2 feet away from the door, he got mobbed. There were people everywhere. Just, can I pet him? Can I pet him? Oh my god, look how cute he is. Can I pet him? Oh my god. I couldn't move. There was so many people that mobbed him, and I was like, Jesus. And then one lady's like, she's like, oh, you should put him in commercials. You should do this. I'm like, hey, make some money off of Seamus. But yeah, it was fun. It was interesting. And then of course this giant dog came. And this guy had this like I think it was a golden retriever. That's what it looked like, or a mix of it anyway. And the dog was massive compared to Seamus. The dog was like a giant, and he, nice as hell, the dog. It wasn't trying to, hurt him or anything. It was just walking. And when Seamus got a look at that thing, Jesus, he turned and was like trying to fly out of his collar. Like he was skidding, like on the ground, just trying to get away from this dog. And I had to pick him up because he kept pulling and pulling. I'm like, he's gonna get hurt. He's gonna get hurt. I picked him up, and the guy comes over. He's like, I'm really sorry about that. I'm like, no. I was like, it's his first time out. And I was like, he's. And the guy's like, oh, well, you should really get him more used to dogs and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah. So he had his dog sit, and I put Seamus near him, and Seamus kind of just looked at him and, of course, sniffed his ass, and, then they were friends. But it was just amazing, like, how mobbed he got. Like, it was nuts. Like, every single person that came into that store had to stop and pet the dog and everything. It was crazy. And then my fiance, she's like, I'm done with shopping. I was like, can you meet me in here, because I can't get out of this store. And I had picked up like a tennis ball. It was like 99 cents. I'm like, I'll buy him this. And we got to like this. It looked like a if you play Mario Brothers, when that Lakitu guy throws the Spinies, like when they're in a ball form and they're all spikes. We found this like thing that looks just like that. I'm like, oh, and Seamus loved it, picked it right out of the bin himself. And I'm like, all right, it's $5, it's not that bad. And we got him the tennis ball, and then my fiance came in, and it was funny because nobody knew it was her dog too. So they're like, "Have you ever seen such a cute dog?" And she's like, "Yeah, yeah." And they're like, "Oh my God, he's so precious!" And everyone wanted to pick him up and pet him and give him treats, and it was nuts. 2 people wanted to take their photo with him. I was like, "Really?" Might have to get in on this. Might have to get him some commercials or something once he's a little better trained. Right now, he's completely out cold. He had a long day, all night. Yeah, he keeps us up. But anyway, that is pretty much it. You know, not really too much. I do have, like I said, I ordered something off eBay. I got it pretty cheap, one of the 400 books, so you know it's one of those. So I was excited about that, and I'm also going to be trying to go to, eventually, don't know when, I found a flea market down here, and apparently it has comic books and video games and stuff like that, and I told my fiance, you know, we should check it out, you know, one day, just, you know, go down there and see what they got. And she's like, alright, yeah, you know, something to do, you know, kind of leave the kids at home and go out. Which we don't know what we're going to do with Seamus. We don't know if we might have to put him in his crate because he's not, like I said, he's potty trained-ish. I mean, he's not perfect with it yet, but I know that if we aren't here to monitor him, it'll be a surprise everywhere. And at least if he goes in the crate, he goes in the crate. You know, it's easier to clean up than the rug, and it's nuts. And yeah, good times. So hopefully we're going to try to go to this flea market thing and see what they got. Maybe I can get some deals on some comics, but who knows. And again, if anyone will let me know about this Marvel Knights, because I'm pretty sure it's its own separate series, but if it's not, I'd love to know so that I don't organize them the wrong way. I'm a stickler for that. I like to have everything in its spot, I guess. And yeah, I actually have to. Sucks, but another interesting story. I know it's a long thing. I actually have to fix a lot of my cave now, besides the comics, because Gizmo was a very bad kitty. I guess you got to watch what you do when you got cats. Well, or cat. I had him in the man cave, or the Loki's den, and I had to go downstairs quickly. I had to get a few things, so I left him in there. I don't usually leave him there, but he was sleeping, so I'm like, you know what, he's out. It's fine, you know, because I don't always trust him, because, you know, he likes to sniff around and he likes to chew on things. So I was like, all right, you know, no big deal. And then I remembered I had to go wanted to go check the mail, so I'm like, all right, he's good. My mistake. I went to go get the mail, came back, the cat was downstairs. I'm like, all right, he was up, and I'm like, wait a minute. Went upstairs, and my entire cave was wrecked. That whole section where I had all the figures, Gizmo chewed on every single thing he could get his little demon paws on and his razor-sharp teeth. He chewed through Raphael's size of my Ninja Turtles, so the sides are completely destroyed. He chewed through Leonardo's katanas, chewed on their faces, and then just basically knocked everything off the shelf. Everything was on the ground. Like, every single thing that was on that shelf was on the ground everywhere, and he was chewing through whatever, and I didn't catch him in the act, because I was stupid. I left him up there, so that's all my fault, and I went to go get the mail, and when I came upstairs, I was like, you gotta be kidding me, because everything was everywhere. So I had to assess all the damage that he did, and I was pissed. I was pretty pissed off, because some of the figures he chewed on, they are very expensive to replace, and good times, good times. So I'm going to have to redo that entire section on top of fix my comics and stuff like that. But at least, again, it gives you something to do. And hopefully, for the love of God, hopefully I'll find a job soon, because it's just getting ridiculous. It really is. I need cash, and I need to get out of this house. It's driving me insane. But anyway, thank you for letting me ramble. And if anyone can answer those questions about Marvel Knights, let me know. I'd appreciate it. And yeah, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button. If you want to subscribe, that's cool. You know, tell your friends and family about it. I'll be here all week. It's not the size of your cave that matters. It's what you have in it. And what I have in it right now is a giant mess. Later, everyone.